Yeah. Yo, what is up? Welcome back. Hoops and Brews, happy hour. It's not dark outside right now.
It's definitely not.
It's not dark outside.
Shout out to daylight savings.
Shout out to daylight savings time. Did you see that they were considering getting rid of setting the clock back?
I mean, but how does that really change anything?
So because the reason it gets darker, it's get darker early regardless, but the reason it gets dark at 4:30,
right?
Because when we set the clocks back,
so they just wanted to keep the clock the same.
Yeah, I forgot what the actual. I need to Google it. What the actual reasoning behind daylight savings time was. I forget what it is.
I don't know. I mean, either way, man, I'm just glad that the sun is out earlier.
The sun is out earlier.
See a lot of people complaining about it. So I'm still tired. If you tired 3 days after daylight saving, that's not a daylight savings problem.
But
you need to get more sleep.
But we are back. As always, follow me on Twitter at PappyWord, PV, our word, all one word. I dropped a new project yesterday called the Chicago EP. Go get that, please. Go check it out. Scott, you with us today?
Yes, sir. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BarberchairScott, man. I'm filling in for a fellow member of the light skin delegation, Mr. TPJ. So I'm here.
And Joe, as always, behind the boards.
What's good, y'all? It's Joe here. Follow me on Twitter at the Joe, JOTSS, Instagram, EastGhost with a 0. What's good?
All right, so I have a question for you. Number one, what are we watching? Are we watching the Lakers or are we watching this?
I'm watching this. I'm tired of
watching this. Are we watching the train wreck?
Fucking Lakers,
it's the Los Angeles
Please,
Lakers.
stop turning the Lakers, man. Let's watch.
Are you watching this?
Bro, let's watch Luka and KD, dog. I don't want to watch the Lakers again, man. Who they play tonight?
The Wolves, the T-Wolves.
I think gonna get banged on.
They probably gonna lose by a lot of. Cat probably gonna have another career high.
Man, stop putting the Knicks and the Lakers on national TV, man.
Cat probably have another whole other career high.
I don't want to see all that. We stay with KD. It's a good game. You know what I'm saying? This probably go down to the wire. This will probably be a much better game, man. Two teams fighting for playoff positioning.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Dallas can get up to that 4th seed. I think they're like a half game behind Utah or something like
that. Well, obviously Draymond came back, so it kind of changes a little bit what I was thinking at first. But I wouldn't have been shocked. Nah, I said I wouldn't have been shocked if the conference finals was like Memphis versus Dallas.
That's definitely wasn't gonna happen.
It could.
Who was gonna beat Phoenix?
I don't think Phoenix is as hard to beat as other people.
Okay.
I just think Phoenix gets. I just think Phoenix gets confused as to who. I don't want to say that we argument that me and Joe have all the time. They have a high percentage player that they just don't use.
Are we talking about
Aiden? They just don't use him.
I mean, they gonna need Aiden to beat the Warriors, but
I agree.
To get to the conference finals, they don't necessarily.
I actually think that's why they will probably lose to the Warriors because I said this before. I thought the game that they played earlier in the season when Book got hurt with the hamstring.
Yeah.
Not saying an injury made obviously one Devin Booker on the court, but I think the fact that they were forced to give the ball to Aiden more is actually what helped them out in that game.
No, I agree. Hey, Aiden, is he a free agent after this season?
Restricted free agent.
Restricted free agent. So there's been a little heat going on with them and the Suns by giving him his contract, which is stupid to me, pay the dude. But, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. They're going to need Aiden to ultimately accomplish what they want to accomplish, and that's winning the whole damn thing because they got there last year and didn't win it. But they'll still make the conference final. Like, if we ever got a Dallas, what did you say, Memphis? Woo! I check into baseball so soon, man. I love.
That would be a great conference final.
Look, I love
Ja versus Luka.
I love Ja.
You wouldn't want to see that?
I don't want to see that in my conference final.
Why not?
I just don't. That's too early right now.
It's too early.
And, hit me up when Dallas got a better team.
Nah, but the Mavericks actually do look good though. Like the
Mavericks look good because Luka is so good.
Nah, but also like they finally have other ball handlers. Like even like last year when they played the Clippers, I thought one of the issue was that like bro, you can't get a ball to Luka and have him dribble that bitch 100 times for 40 minutes a game, every possession. Like, that's not sustainable. They finally have other ball handlers. They have Dinwiddie, they have Brunson. Like, there was a play even in, I think, the Celtics game when Luka didn't touch the – I think it was right after hurt his hamstring in that game?
He
tweaked his hamstring? There was a play in that game where, like, literally Luka didn't touch the ball the entire possession, and they still scored. That would have never happened last year.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen. I think it's a better team than last year, but I still think, you just got to – if Luka gets another top 15 player, man, pray for everybody. Like, that's how good he is. Like, that would be a good, like – and this is no disrespect to Memphis, but, like, Memphis in Dallas, like, a good second-round matchup. I don't want to see that with a trip to the finals on the line. I just don't.
Joe, what do you think about this Dallas team?
The Dallas team is pretty good. They're okay. I mean, You said Luka the top 15 player. I don't know about that because I mean he had a heck of a talent in Porzingis and he didn't really do a good job of utilizing him.
Porzingis is a dummy brick, man. I'm so tired of hearing about Porzingis.
I mean, when you got him standing.
I saw Porzingis in person last week. Terrible. He just that game, that shot at the end. I was like, what are you doing? Porzingis has a talent. But he ain't reached it. Even as talented as he wasn't top 15 though. Like I'm saying, like he get him like an actual road dog to go with him. Like then they'll be. What I'm saying, I'm not saying he gonna get that in Dallas. I'm just saying that if he ever gets that,
I think
Luka can really take off.
Porzingis has top 15 talent. I think Luka has to be able to utilize players like Porzingis better.
I'm not blaming Luka for that because Porzingis ain't been good nowhere. Yeah, that
The thing why I'm happy they got rid of him is for the style of offense that they run. KP was like, even the touches that he was getting when we even saw him in person. You're not posting up in Dallas.
No.
Like they not running post. I would rather give Luka the ball than give you a post up opportunity. Look, KP likes his post touches. He want to dribble. He want to do all that. You weren't going to be able to do that in Dallas. So the fact they did trade him and get more guards.
I mean, it was a good trade for them. I'm just saying Porzingis' talent. Like, he has
I don't think he has top 15 talent, though. I don't agree with top 15
No, I don't think he has top 15 talent, but he has talent.
I don't agree with top 15 talent.
I don't think he's
I think he had top 15 potential in New York, but I think that's because you look at everybody who's tall and white and think Dirk.
Yes.
Tall, white, can shoot and think Dirk.
I feel for that.
With Larry Marketing. I told G. So we had a Larry Marketing and Brandon Ingram argument about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was wrong.
You say and Thomas argued me to hell and said Larry Marketing was better than Brandon Ingram.
Admit when I was wrong. I was way off on that. Brandon Ingram was way better than fucking Larry Marketing. But I will say Larry Marketing is having a solid year in Cleveland.
No, he is. He's
having a solid year. He's part of the reason that Cleveland is as good as they are right now. Because I didn't see them being even. I thought if they did make the playoffs, they'd be a play-in team. For them to be a top.
I mean, they still might be a play-in team.
They still might.
They still might be a play-in. They still might slip to the play.
On the road right now. Brooklyn looks like they're gonna be good. I think Kyrie will be able to play soon because I think, like I said on my show, the most important thing is now Yankee players can't play. And
it's a difference between Kyrie.
It's a difference between Kyrie and the New York
Yankees. It's Kyrie and New York Yankees.
When there's 8 Yankee players who can't play,
New York people might be outside the mayor's house.
Right.
New York as a city might be outside the mayor's house.
And these ain't like
the Yankees can't play.
These ain't like small. This is Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole.
I don't know who Garrett Cole is, but I know who Aaron Judge is.
That's getting.
That law not last long enough. This is between the Nets and the whole Yankees. But speaking of the Nets, they've been playing some great basketball lately.
Yeah.
They beat the hell out the Sixers, which I want to talk about the Sixers later because, again, me and Joe went over it last episode. I still have a thing about the Sixers and why I feel they ultimately will not be successful if they don't fix this. But the Nets, I mean, even like obviously Kyrie had that great game yesterday in Orlando, but what we didn't peep was they almost scored 90 points in a half.
Yeah.
Like, outside of Kyrie having all that, they almost scored 90 points in half.
Yeah, it was a great offensive game in general for the Nets.
And Seth didn't play. Seth Curry didn't play. Ben Simmons, we don't know if he's going to play.
Well, they said today, Ramona Shelburne said, like, he's got, like, a strain in his T4, whatever.
It's basically, it's like some Draymond shit.
Spinal shit.
It's like some Draymond shit.
Which isn't good because Draymond was out for 2 fucking months.
I mean, Ben Simmons been out the whole season.
Yeah, and so, well, Ben Simmons, this is another reason why he wasn't, which we're not going to get into today. But, so I don't know how much they can expect from him. And on top of when he does come back, he ain't played a game since June.
Yeah, but the thing about Ben Simmons and the way they don't need him to do much.
They don't need him to score. They need him to defend and
guard
rebound.
people.
But still, you got to get in shape for the playoffs. Like, they got to win a play-in game to get in. Like, we got to keep saying this. I'm glad Jalen Rose says this every time. The play-in is not the playoffs.
It's not the playoffs.
It is not the fucking postseason. So they still got to win a game to get in. So, but I think this little streak they on just shows you the greatness of Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant, like, the only reason they are in the AFC right now is because KD was hurt. They were the number 1 seed in the East when he got hurt. And that was without Kyrie playing. So that's why I feel like you're going to start seeing, like, Miami is probably going to finish number 1. But I think you're starting to see, why teams are going to try to distance themselves in the 2nd seed because you don't want that smoke.
If you distancing yourself, you pussy.
No, it's 100% pussy.
You pussy.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But it's still optics.
They could definitely ruin somebody's entire season.
Optics
Sure.
of losing the first round doesn't look good if you're the Milwaukee Bucks because you're the defending champions.
Brook Lopez did just come back.
And George Hill. You know, they got their team back. And I think they're playing championship basketball. I always say when you win a championship, you don't really care. It's like the last 30-something games.
But I will say this. I do think this year, if Ben Simmons can come back and be on the court, I think they are more equipped to beat the Bucks than they were last year.
I'm not disagreeing with that. They could have both if Katie Foot was like,
okay, we can't do that.
I'm not saying we can't do that. I'm not finna do the AD. I'm not finna do the AD. But what I will say is
there was a whole overtime that did happen.
I agree.
And they lost in overtime.
I'm not gonna do the AD. But what I'm saying is it was a close game last year.
Yes, it was.
With no Kyrie and Harden was on one leg.
Yes.
So yes, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever. And it's very hard to repeat. We've only seen, like, in the last decade, we've seen two teams repeated, the Heat and the Warriors.
Yeah.
That's it. It's hard. By the way, we're never seeing a three-peat again. I hope people know that.
We might see one.
It's
just so hard. But
too much roster overhaul.
We might see one, but you got to keep getting – you got to
keep your team intact, and you got to stay healthy. The Warriors couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, they couldn't stay healthy.
And I do think if Clay didn't get hurt, they still probably would have won. But
they still could have won the game. First of all, they could have won. They lost that game by 2 points. Yes. They could have won that game regardless.
Yes.
Number one, and if it goes into Game 7,
Steph was wild.
I don't know who wins.
No, you don't want a Game 7 where the team that's won a championship is on the
I don't know who wins.
Yeah.
Draymond fucking around, scored 40 points for no reason.
Right,
I
agree with that. And also, Clay was cooking.
He was cooking. That shot that he put up where he was like on the fast break by himself and shot from 30 feet. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, man. Like, and Steph missed that game winner, which could have sent it to a Game 7.
Wouldn't that have won the game? Were they up 3 or 2?
They'd won the game. They'd have sent to Game 7.
You're right. Yeah,
they'd have won it and sent to Game 7. They were like, this is his legacy moment.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a legacy moment.
I love Steph, but if my life was on the line in the fourth quarter, I don't want him shooting that ball. It is what it is. I love Steph. Like, Steph's my favorite player. But if I give anybody, it's not going. If I had to give the ball to anybody in the league right now, my life on the line, it's Kevin Durant. My life is on the line. Kyrie is a close second.
Yeah, I'll probably go KD. They're on the same team, by the way.
They are on the and how many? They've only played 10 games together this year.
It's been 10.
It might not even been 10.
This
whole Brooklyn Net experience is
just
like
reckless.
Like you said it when the whole shit started. It's a concept.
Like sometimes I think they can't get away with this. Like, can they really get away with this?
It's not in the cards for them to get away with it.
Can they really get away with
It's not in the cards for them to get away with it.
I don't think they'll ever when does Kyrie's contract end? This year or the next year?
Kyrie got one more year, I think. KD signed an extension in the summer, so KD gonna be here for a minute.
They might
which really contracts in the NBA don't mean shit. Don't mean out. I was thinking about it the other day when I was watching The Last Dance. If that Scottie Pippen thing, Scottie would have got a trade.
He'd have got traded for sure. Even though they did try to trade him.
In '97, you have no leverage. But no, they had a trade, but Mike said, I'm not paying no fucking Trace McGrady.
Yeah. No, and they had one for Sean Kemp.
Yeah, Mike said,
but Mike I think came back. Mike was in the process of coming back, and it was like, oh, okay.
No, Mike turned both of them trades down. He said he didn't want to play with them. He said, I'm not playing with a fucking high schooler when I'm trying to win a championship. And so, but in today's game, Scottie would have got that trade. But contracts mean nothing. And I'm with what Stephen A. said. I would pay Kyrie Irving $50 million, but just 1 year deals. You can't rely on him.
You never know what Kyrie.
It's not. I keep saying it's not about the vaccine. It's just Kyrie. There's always something with him. It's always something with Kyrie, man. It might come. He be like, "Oh, it's Juneteenth. I don't feel like playing in the finals. I don't care. I know I'm clear, but I don't want to play."
Joe, what do you think about this Nets team?
I think this Nets team is very dangerous. Like you said, they're still the favorites in Vegas, right?
I think they're also the favorites in Vegas.
But yeah,
which is wild. But all right.
If they get Ben Simmons back healthy, which you guys talked about the injury, but they said he wants to come back before the playoff starts and get a couple of regular season games in. But if they get fully healthy, I wouldn't bet against them. I bet for them, but I don't care who they match up with. I wouldn't bet against them against Milwaukee, any of those top teams, Cleveland, the Bulls, the Heat. But yeah, this Nets team is very dangerous too. The best players in the league. They both. Katie just gave you 50. Now we got a 60 ball from Kyrie on 19 shots, right?
No, it wasn't 19. It was like 31. He shot 31 shots.
He shot 19 of 31 or something.
Yeah, he shot 20 of 31.
Okay.
The 50-point game I think was when he shot 19 shots.
Okay.
Which is still reckless.
Like, that's the thing that annoys me about Kyrie. He's so fucking good. He legit don't care about basketball, and that actually makes
he cares about basketball.
I don't think Kyrie cares.
He can I think Kyrie loves the game. I think Kyrie loves basketball. I don't know how much Kyrie likes the business of basketball. I think Kyrie you can't be as good as he is.
Yes, you can.
And not love basketball.
Draymond and LeBron both said there's a lot of players in the NBA who don't care about basketball.
Yeah, but you can kind of Kyrie is a technician though. You can't get that good. Kyrie is a technician.
Yeah,
bro.
but Kyrie's also talented. there's also raw talent there. Like that's the whole narrative with Steph Curry I hate about. Like he's some blue chipper. Like Steph Curry did not go to Steph Curry had people coming to see him. Like Steph, I can be in the gym all day. I'm never gonna shoot like him. I can practice. Watch
if your daddy
basketball.
was Dale Curry, you might.
I could look at Marcus Jordan. Look at him. They ain't good as their daddy.
They also don't have the measurables though.
I don't want to hear that.
They don't have the measurables though.
It don't matter.
Like Seth and Steph, like are both.
But that's still natural born talent though.
Fair.
That's natural born talent. Like no matter what happens with Bronny and them, he's still more talented than any of the Jordan kids. That's no disrespect to them. I'm just saying.
Do we know that?
Look, man.
Do we know? Like, do we?
Hey, man.
Marcus was decent though.
I watched them when they was in Whitney Young.
Yo, hey, Joe, homework. Whenever you get time, please go and Google Eric Gordon, Michael Jordan's sons.
I heard about that. No, I saw the screenshot.
I will never forget
watching
watching
social media wasn't a thing because we was frying them, bro.
Forget that.
I saw the screenshot.
Eric Gordon that was a great pass. Eric Gordon was windmilling and staring at Jordan by the fourth quarter. Mike was on the sideline, mad as hell.
But.
And no, that was when they played for Loyola. They was with Loyola first. They switched to Whitney Young.
It was 2 games that, and also one of my favorite high school games. One I went to was
D Rose.
D Rose versus Brandon Jennings. It was Oak Hill versus Simeon at the Pavilion, UIC Pavilion. That's when I saw Dickie V was there. I was like, whole city came out to see them.
Yeah, I remember I asked Brandon about that, and he said they cheated. I'm like, I don't think they cheated.
No, they ain't cheated.
I'm like, gee, I think D Rose was just saying y'all ass.
That Simeon big three was a different.
Simeon big three was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But on the Nets, man, you know what's the advantage? I don't think nobody talking about
what.
Like even if the vaccine thing don't get lifted, they starting on the road, so they're not gonna have home court in any of these series. So Kyrie gets to play them first 2 games.
Also, Kyrie gets to rest.
Yes,
Kyrie is a person who hasn't been the healthiest person either. He hasn't been. I don't think he's ever. Has he ever played more than 70 games? Maybe like one time.
One time.
Like
he
one time.
He hasn't played 50 games with the Nets yet.
Yeah, like really?
He has not played 50 games.
You're right, because I think it was 20-something the first year.
Yeah.
And I think he scored 40 10 times, and he hasn't played. That's actually outrageous. But yeah, no, Kyrie also isn't the healthiest person either. So he gets to rest, keep his body healthy, and just get ready for the playoff stretch.
Like it's been almost a full calendar year since last time Kyrie's been on that Barclays court. Like it's now you've been to Barclays. Like what would you?
I haven't been to Barclays.
You haven't been to Barclays?
I've been to the Garden.
I thought you
Garden.
went to both.
I've never been to Barclays. Never been to Barclays.
But Barclays like it's a nice. We've driven by.
I've heard it's small though.
We've driven by Barclays when we was staying in Brooklyn. When we was in New York.
I've heard it's small though.
But it looks like it's really nice.
It looks like what Sayadar Stadium, but I've heard it's quote unquote small.
But I think any arena, I'm spoiled after seeing SoFi.
Yeah, SoFi is the best stadium experience of all time.
But that's what I feel about the Nets, man. I think that, and if you let's just say you're able to go up like 2, or even if you split KD and if Ben Simmons is healthy, it should be enough to hold it down for 2 games. Then you get Kyrie back. But if Kyrie if the mandate thing clears, like I think it will, I wouldn't want to see them do it.
But even if it doesn't clear, you still got Seth and Gordon Dragic in the backcourt. Dragic was
Seth is more important than Dragic.
Yes, of course.
Seth went from being a cool story
to a very good player. Like every team that Seth leaves misses Seth
and that's why I love the G League. I feel like the G League has become like the NBA's minor league, which is
for sure.
Really like. It's like people don't look down on the G League no more. Like it's like you going down there and hone your skills. And like if you let's say you come back from injury, like Wiseman went down there and played a couple games.
Jamal Murray, went,
so it helps you get your things. He went from being you Steph Curry brother to he's got a nice little 3 to this dude is a
legitimate player. He helps. Seth helps every single team. Even the Portland. I didn't think Portland should have let him go. I didn't think Dallas should have let him go. Like he helps every. I think Philly is gonna miss him.
Philly for sure is gonna. But Philly had to give some. It was either Maxey or him.
I would go with Seth.
I probably would have picked Steph too. But like I understand why they kept Maxey. He's younger. But Maxey, he looks like when people start getting more film on him, it's gonna be easy to slow him down.
Which is why again, can we go? Joe, what was I saying last weekend about the Sixers? Last week about the Sixers?
You were saying
they got to get Tobias more involved.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they got to get Tobias.
They got to get more Tobias, but Tobias also smelly.
No, but listen though, Tobias is the guy who can go out. Yes, he is. Yes.
Tobias be missing some wild ass shots.
Yes, look, I don't think Tobias is a superstar star. I don't think Tobias is worth his contract. Shout out him for playing the market right and getting that deal. Never, hey, black man, get your money. You only got about 14 years to maximize.
Shout out Von Miller. You know, no, on a side note, it's not about black people, but you know who I would take financial classes from?
Who?
Kirk Cousins.
How much has he made in his NFL career?
$230 million in his NFL career. He plays in Minnesota. Nobody cares if he wins. He's living life, bro.
To be fair, he is a solid quarterback.
He's not a bad quarterback.
Like when you go back,
but he's not $230 million.
He's not. But when you go back and look at his numbers, you can be like, wow,
he's made more in his career than Aaron Rodgers did before this new contract hits.
Because he's played on more teams.
It don't matter. It's Aaron Rodgers.
He's played on more teams.
Not granted, NFL money is different. Like
he's played on more
like,
teams.
I mean, who's somebody in the NBA who got Jared Allen probably had to pay the bill if him and Aaron Rodgers go out. It's just NFL money's not the same. But yes, get your money, black man. I'm all for black people to get money.
But with the way his contract is set up, right? Like if you paying a man $170 million, that means you're paying him $35 million a year. That's about 3 players.
Yes.
That's literally about 3 quality players worth of money. Yeah. You have to get the best. Like even if you look at Tobias' shot attempts, I see too many games where you taking 10 shots. Bro, why is Tobias taking? You have to run plays and run offense for Tobias. I think too many times when I watch Philly, they get stuck in a 2-man game.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
But you got 2 very ball-dominant players. And you also got a guy in Harden with as many plays as he makes. Sometimes he gets in his bag and, like, he forgets there's other people on the team. And then Maxi's like Junior Harden. So you got 3 dudes who need the ball all the time. So it's a little hard to get.
Run, but that's on
that
Doc.
Goes to coach. But
that's on Doc.
Like I said,
Doc, you got to figure out a way to maximize Tobias Harris.
I love
He's
Doc.
getting paid too much money. Literally, think about this. Like, bro, if you get, like I said, $170 million, that's literally 3 people. Like, if you take that and take it into free agency, that's 3 quality basketball players.
Who Philly gave him that? Yeah, they picked him over Jimmy, right? Or did Jimmy just say fuck y'all?
Jimmy kind of said fuck y'all.
Okay.
He wanted to go there.
By the way, Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy. It's my firstborn son. He gets away with murder, man.
Apparently his wrist is hurt right now.
He's always hurt.
He is always
Jimmy's
hurt.
always hurt.
He is always
hurt.
hurt.
Jimmy had spurts of offense in Chicago. I've seen none of that.
No, that's not
true.
In
Miami.
No, the finals with the
I don't count nothing that happened.
The bubble ball he was playing.
I don't count anything.
The bubble ball was crazy.
I don't have in Disney. If you what I called him. Somebody called LeBron Lil Mickey the other day. What I thought was the funniest shit. Lil Mickey and Lil Chase and Kareem, which I thought was funny. So I don't care.
Real quick, apparently LeBron is, I think, like 100 points away from Karl Malone.
Yeah, he's like 130 away from Karl. He's gonna pass that criminal by the end of the season. He's gonna pass Kareem next year. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
He's gonna pass Kareem.
And now but for LeBron, I don't know if it's gonna be like. Unfortunately for LeBron, we've reached the part of his career where it's like, yes, he's balling on a level we haven't seen in sports like outside of Tom Brady. But the difference is Tom Brady's winning. So that's why they have to find a way to – I think they'll find a way to get Russ contract. I think somebody will take Russ contract. It's going to be some team that stinks, and we'll be able to take that money. We'll take that money. It'll come off our cap at the end of the season. Portland they're not going to make –
What you going to do, Dame, for Russ?
They're not going to let Dame go through that, bro.
And Horton Tucker and –
they're not going to let Dame go through that.
What you mean?
Dame for Russ?
That's where Dame wants.
Dame's not leaving Portland.
Yeah, Dame for us.
Dame's not.
Portland wants to lose. They've showed multiple.
But listen though,
look, I'm telling you right now. Look, I'm telling you right. There's no in hell Portland's trading Dame for Russell Westbrook.
And it's no.
It's fair.
You're gonna throw in Horton Tucker and a few other pieces. Austin Reeves and our number one, the one pick.
Question. Hold on. You're a Laker fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's none. Laker fans come with the wild.
It makes Russ.
No,
makes a lot of sense.
It makes contract sense.
It makes that's
it.
Yes, it makes contract sense.
And the Portland has he not shown that they traded Norman Powell, Robert Covington.
Yeah, but you do that. Yes, but listen, you
y'all do know Dame getting another extension.
But listen,
right?
you do that to suck this year,
yeah.
So you can fast track your way to a rebuild around Dame.
Yeah.
The thinking behind it is we trade all our contracts. We free up about $60 million. Really, the only person we have left in our books is Dame. Also, Anthony Simons, I think, is a unrestricted free agent this year. Mm-hmm. You need to see what you have in him.
Y'all not seeing the game that Dame is playing with the media right now. He's pushing the whole loyal thing, so that way once Portland ends up trading him, it won't backfire against him because he sticks with the loyalty thing. But you feel me? What's going to happen is Portland's going to trade him to somewhere where he wants to be. They owe him that. That's the least they can do for him. All Damian Lillard has brought to the city of Portland over the years. He's been there. So yeah,
So it's gonna be Dame, LeBron, and AD.
Yes,
It's not happening.
it's very. It makes a lot of sense for.
It makes
a lot of reasons.
contract sense.
Look, man.
It makes
first of all,
contract sense.
They're not trading them. If they do trade them, they definitely not trading them. They in the same division, ain't they?
Westbrook only got 1 year left on this. No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No,
No, they're
Portland,
not.
Portland not in the Pacific. Pacific is Clippers, Lakers,
Okay.
Sacramento,
Yeah, Kings
Warriors.
and Warriors.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, they're not trading them.
They're in
the
the
same conference.
Northwest division.
If they're gonna trade
They're not
Dame,
trying
they're
to
gonna
win.
get some young guys back.
They're not trying to win.
Something-
Horton Tucker.
you're
young,
not
he just
taking
had 20
Russell
more.
Why should I be on with Horton Tucker, G?
Look, but
I like Horton
I'm
Tucker.
with Pav though. They traded CJ and got rid of these guys because they're gonna try to rebuild around.
They're gonna
Dame is
fast
getting
track
another.
not around
Dame
Dame.
is getting another contract.
They're gonna fast track.
And
the
I
rebuild
say
around
this
Dame.
from a very, very, very reliable source. Fabi knows what I'm talking about. Dame is not going anywhere. Dame don't want to go anywhere. I'm telling you
Yes,
right
he does.
now.
I'm telling you, I think it's the opposite.
I mean, but for Dame, like, you're already top 75 player of all time. Like, yeah, you quote unquote maybe won't win a
And
ring.
Dame an Oakland dude. He might actually believe that loyalty shit. I
He
think he
might.
believes it.
But also, I don't think Dame thinks in my personal opinion, I don't think Dame thinks he's done all he can.
No, I don't think Dame thinks that Portland's a bad place. He told Draymond, he said, I mean, we not OKC. Like, he really believes that they can build something there.
I mean, Portland is a decent city, though. I've been to Portland.
I've never been to Portland.
It's a
You
decent
said it's
city.
nice. Any city that has
Yeah, right?
any
Feel
city
hard as hell.
Yeah, he felt like Caruso. But any city that has one sports team is not the city for me.
Nah, but Portland is actually like if you like, to me, Portland is like a smaller version. Like, Portland could be in the Midwest. But they got like nature and shit.
Look, man, I'm from the Midwest. I'm gonna keep saying
But they got like nature and shit, though.
outside Chicago, the Midwest is El Garbage.
They got really good food in Portland.
Okay, I'll take your word on
Portland
the
has
food.
good food. Apparently, Portland has really good strip clubs. I've literally heard that Portland has great
I'm strip clubs.
I'm just
spoiled.
saying. I've heard.
After
Portland
my
has good strip clubs.
experience in Atlanta, Georgia,
That was your fault.
it was my fault.
She just kept dancing. I thought she was.
Okay, we ain't got to go on the
I
summer
thought she was
session.
gonna stop dancing.
What the heck?
I thought she was gonna stop dancing, bro. No, she is not gonna stop dancing. She is about to keep dancing. What do you mean?
Oh man,
That was hilarious.
shout out to Onyx.
But I feel you. I get your point. Yes, it makes contract sense. I don't think that's
More than
gonna happen.
contract sense.
Also,
More
the
than
Lakers.
contract sense.
One thing I don't understand. Here we are talking about the Lakers again.
Again,
But the one thing I don't.
it's a
here we go.
disease.
It's a disease. But one thing I don't understand is like, why do you win a championship and then break down everything you did when you won the championship?
Cause La GM.
That's right.
I don't think this all.
Look, no, it's not all on LeBron. Rob Pelinka
You
still
can't
did.
say no.
Huh?
You can't
that's-
say no.
And this is my
You
problem.
can say no.
This is what my problem with this whole Genie, Rob Pelinka era, and even I feel like this even more after watching Winning Time, because the Lakers used to be the Lakers. Dr. Buzz is rolling over in his grave somewhere right
He
now.
used to work $15 at the steel mill. That's how you said.
G, like Dr.
Men
Buzz
used to be men.
Look, Doctor, like you gotta at the end of the day, you gotta tell LeBron that as big as LeBron James is, you're not bigger than the Lakers.
Cleveland would tell LeBron no.
But
LeBron literally said, "Don't trade Kyrie." Cleveland said, "Yeah, nah, we doing
and
that."
and exactly,
we doing that.
But look, this is Brian Windhorst said something. He said the Lakers might have to trade for LeBron this summer. And he was on Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen was like, "What you mean trade for LeBron?" He said, "We're gonna do with Cleveland did in 2018." LeBron checked out before All-Star break. And he was just not playing hard enough. He was sitting games, and they brought him. We got Clarkson and all them dudes. Then he was, we got a squad now. They said the Lakers might have to do the same thing to get LeBron reinvested. But they got to tell him no. It's a mix of problems. It's Pelinka problem because he hasn't told him no. And LeBron is, and me and my brother said this consistently on our podcast. I'm for power. I'm for playing power. But at the same time, I feel like front officers should be able to do their job without player. And I'm not saying that LeBron shouldn't have any word. He has earned the right to have some say-so. But LeBron put this whole team together.
I don't think LeBron.
Yes, he did.
I don't think LeBron.
He the one who said, let's go get Russell Westbrook. Fuck getting Buddy Hield. Fuck giving DeMar that extra year.
Which I don't think. First of all, DeMar DeRozan would be the exact scapegoat Russell Westbrook is.
Oh,
right now.
100%.
He would not be doing what he's doing in Chicago.
There's always,
no.
look, from the beginning since there's always a scapegoat when you play with LeBron. Who's the scapegoat in Miami? Chris Bosh. Who the scapegoat? He was the scapegoat.
It was actually kind of like D-Wade at one point.
No, they would never. D-Wade ain't getting not an ounce of blame.
No, yes, bro.
No, he did not, bro.
Gee, do you remember that? By the way, this is a segue into another conversation that I want to have that he brought up.
And I disagree. I know what you're going to say.
We're going to continue this. But, no. Remember that year, the last year, when D-Wade didn't score 18 points?
Because D-Wade was hurt.
I'm just saying, he didn't score 18 points for 2 months.
But that's why he got off, because he was hurt. We knew he was hurt.
Bosh was decent there, though.
But Bosh, because he was Bosh, was a scapegoat. They did the same thing to Kevin Love. When you play with LeBron, there's a scapegoat. If you want to keep it a buck, outside the fact that Russ is just having a career bad shooting year.
He's not having a career bad shooting year.
This is who Russell
Westbrook.
No,
but look, he's not, like, literally, pull up the number. It's the same shit from last year. Okay, literally, if you look, it's the same, like, literally.
But look, my point is he's the same player he's been the last couple years. He's just playing with LeBron, so they expect more from him.
No, here's the thing with Russ, bro, and I said this from the beginning of the season. Like, sometimes when I watch Russ, it's like, bro, he in the corner, G. What you want him to do? He is being asked to do. Now, granted, he can do a lot of shit better.
He can't play his game.
He can do a lot of shit better, like finish layups, yes. But also, you get older, your athleticism decreases. He's dealing with a lot of that as well. But he, like you said, he can't play his game. LeBron James, number one, playing center, which is helping him offensively. Defensively, no, because they can't rebound. So, no. But when you put Bron at the top of the key where Russ is used to being, and you put Russ on the wing of the corner, what is he really supposed to do?
All right, but that's always when you play LeBron. They make you the corner shooters. Like,
yeah, they make what
did Kuzma say? Kuzma said something funny like, "What's the difference between playing in Washington and LA?" He said, "I'm not in the corner no more."
Yeah.
Which is another thing. Go back to poor roster construction. You have to surround LeBron with shooters. There's nobody on this team who can shoot.
But what I thought would happen was like, huh?
It's a couple shooters.
Who?
Malik Monk, Carmelo Anthony.
Malik Monk isn't really a shooter.
Yeah, Malik Monk's
Monk,
not. Malik Monk is having like a career year shooter.
I wouldn't consider Malik Monk a shooter.
Yeah, Malik Monk is not a shooter.
I wouldn't consider Malik Monk
a shooter. He's having a great season.
I would consider Malik Monk a scorer, a bucket getter. I would consider him a bucket getter. He's not a shooter.
And LeBron, and look, Melo's having a pretty solid year, but if you're relying on Carmelo Anthony at this point in his career, that's a problem.
Yes,
that's a problem. Now, when this team put together, I said they weren't gonna make the finals. I didn't think they was gonna be this damn bad.
I mean,
and that's my problem with the wolfing and the I'm a motherfucking problem. I mean, to the Wizards, dog.
Yes, but if Anthony Davis was on the court, they would be better.
They would be
are
better.
Missing a whole.
But
Anthony
look,
Davis.
they would be better. But even the games he's played this year, how many times we said is Anthony Davis on the court? He's not had a good season.
He has not had a good season.
He's not looked like AD since he's been in that government experiment, which was the bubble.
He has not looked like Anthony Davis, but at the same time, they will still be better.
If you rank big men, Anthony Davis is not in the top 3.
Where do you rank Anthony Davis in the terms of you hit the team? What do you rank Anthony Davis? Actually, yes. What
currently?
Yes,
all time. All players?
No, currently. Before we go into the one thing I do want to talk about, which actually just all segues into it, where do you actually right now with Anthony Davis? I don't want to say taking a step back, but it does seem like other big men have kind of leapfrogged.
Fourth.
Well, Jokic is the best big man in basketball.
He's fourth. Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, and then AD.
And then it's AD.
Is Cat better than AD?
No.
Right now?
Ooh.
I mean,
right. Come on, hey, brother.
Yo,
that's a legit conversation,
brother.
I ain't gonna say he's not playing better basketball.
Look, AD, I give AD the edge defensively.
And Rudy. I think Rudy is better.
Who?
Go better AD right now.
No,
he's better AD right now.
He's better AD because he's playing.
That has a lot to do with the shit.
No, and I've actually come to your side on the Rudy Gobert debate of things. I feel like the Jazz would win if they gave him the ball.
Give the man the fucking ball.
I agree with
he shoots 70%.
Donovan is another guy who gets away with murder. I'm tired of the Dwayne Wade comparisons, man. The only thing they got in common is Dwayne Wade owns the team. I will say
I think Donovan Mitchell does have the second highest offensive rating in the NBA right now.
You know what reminds me of D Wade more than him? Ja. And Ja gets to the basket like D Wade more than Donovan do.
That's a very fair comparison. I think Ja reminds me of an athletic Tony Parker.
A little bit.
That's the way he
He
scores.
reminds me more of D Wade and D
fair.
Rose more than anybody.
That's fair.
But as far as but Anthony Davis, if we ranking big men, I'll probably put him 4. Yeah, definitely.
I'll put him 5. This year I'll put him 5. Arguably 6.
Who's the 5 you got over him then?
Jokic
Jokic is the best big man in basketball.
Jokic, Embiid, Cat, Rudy. And then I'm going 80 this year.
I'm not. If we going off this year, okay, I'm not mad at that. So 80 has a lot to prove, and that's why I keep saying, even if the Lakers, and I do feel like the Lakers will find a way to make this team better than this year. But if AD's not healthy, what does it matter? Because they traded for AD, so when LeBron can retire, they're gonna get the keys to the franchise. Anthony Davis, he can't stay healthy. He's not stay healthy his entire career.
I don't think Anthony Davis can be the best player on a championship team.
I don't think so either. I've been saying this for I feel like the biggest indictment to Anthony Davis was not what he's doing with the Lakers. It's the fact that he couldn't even get that Pelicans team into the playoffs.
He got them to the
play. He got them to the second round once.
Yeah, like one time. And that's when they got Rondo. I give Rondo way more credit. And they also got Boogie that year.
That team wasn't that Boogie when Boogie died at the All-Star.
That team wasn't that good. No, my thing about 80, no. Let me change this up. because I do think AD was. I think him and LeBron that year when they won were kind of like equal. But I think if you're going to build a team around offense, Anthony Davis' offense isn't great enough to be the best player on a championship team. But if you build it around defense, I do think Anthony Davis' defense is great enough to be the best defender on a championship team, which is what the Lakers were that year. But getting into our last topic, I know we like kind of fast track this episode, but I got things to do. But one thing I do want to have this argument is number one, who is LeBron's best teammates? And number two, what superstar or great player has had the best teammates?
What superstars had the best teammates?
Yes.
Okay, well, a couple things. One, Dwayne Wade is his best.
No, I'm going Kyrie Irving.
It's definitely not. He won 2
Kyrie
rings.
Irving.
4 finals, 2 rings.
That's dope, but I'm going Kyrie. I think Kyrie Irving has been the best. Look, I'm not saying
if you
Kyrie
want to
Irving,
say Kyrie compliments LeBron the best,
I think he's been
fine.
the best compliment.
But if you want to say he's the best player to play with LeBron, no. It's Dwayne Wade.
I think he's. I think Kyrie, when he played in Cleveland, was better than Dwayne Wade when LeBron played with him in Miami.
I disagree.
Okay.
And to answer your second question, the superstars had the most help is Shaquille O'Neal. He played with Penny Hardaway.
Okay, we're not lying about that. Yes, we're not. Shaq did.
Shaq gets away with
Steve Nash. Steve Nash. Amari. Was it Amari on the team?
Kevin Garnett. LeBron James.
Low key.
It's Shaq.
You're right. You're low key right.
It's not even close.
It is
It's Shaq.
It is Shaq. Shaq did play.
Shaq
with
was
mad
an
people.
elite ring chaser.
Shaq did play with.
See why I take the turn on Lakers and they lose by like 20.
They really?
38-21. Patrick Beverly got 9 in the second quarter. What are you doing? Pat Bev shouldn't have 9 this early in the game. Come on, man. Look, man. I wish Portland was worth a damn, so I wouldn't have to watch them in the play-in, man.
They gotta get smoked in the play-in, by the way.
Who?
The Lakers.
Oh, for sure. New Orleans is going in on them.
Yeah. No, you're right.
If they do find a way to survive, they lose it to whoever.
They lose to the Clippers
or the Seawolves.
T-Wolves would, yeah, because Cat.
It depends on PG.
What does Cat have right now?
Cat hooping, man. Cat hooping. I got Cat corny, but he hooping, man. Like, I gotta give it to Cat, man. He doing his thing. 60 points. And look, man, I'm glad that Pop broke the record. It's time for him to,
It's about time for Pop to go ahead and ride to the sunset.
Ride to the sunset.
Ride to the sunset, Pop.
That's not Spurs basketball, bro. That wasn't Spurs basketball. It's not Spurs defense I grew up on. Like, this man was shooting mad threes.
He was shooting step back corner threes. Like,
ain't supposed to happen.
That's not supposed to happen against Spurs. No.
Duncan would not allow this. Like, you gotta stop, man. Like, he gotta go, retire.
But no, you're right. It is Shaq. It definitely.
There's a lot of more conversation got to have about Shaq, and I love Shaq.
What's the more conversation you want to have about Shaq?
I've been saying this for a long time. When he goes against elite centers, he was getting schooled.
This is true.
He won 3 championships
in the 90s. He was
against Rick Smith.
Rosto.
Washed. Dikembe Mutombo.
He wasn't washed.
He wasn't washed, but he wasn't.
He wasn't
Mount Mutombo.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Ty McCullough. Like, come on, man. And I love Shaq. But come on, man. And Shaq was like, you got to average 28-15. You ain't never seen Shaq average 28-15. Show me a season when Shaq averaged 28
Shaq
points
never averaged
and 15 rebounds.
rebounds.
I watch Shaq. I know a lot of people here, a lot of youngins. Y'all ain't watch Shaq. Y'all know Icy Hot Shaq. I bought the Shaq pack from Burger King. Remember that?
I don't remember Shaq
pack. After they won the first championship in LA, the Shaq pack, it was a sourdough cheeseburger. I remember the sourdough cheeseburger with like cheese sauce. It was like this big.
That's something they would never
serve
you
today.
That's something they would never serve you today.
Full of diabetes.
It would never ever serve you
Shaq pack,
today.
you know what I'm saying? Shaq has got away with a lot, man.
I used to wear Shaqs back in the day. You get roasted for it.
Oh, I never wore Shaq.
Yeah, I never.
I went to Chicago Public Schools.
I never put no Shaqs on my feet.
I went to Chicago Public Schools, man.
You also was in LA, so it was probably okay to get away with that.
Yeah.
They was winning championship. You
Chicago
ain't put
Public Schools was like the 300, bro. You had to be ready to roast at 7 a.m. I remember one time I didn't wash my clothes the night before, and I was like, I had these super tight ass jeans, and this is like 05 when it wasn't acceptable to wear tight jeans yet. Like you couldn't get away with that now. 05, I was with super tight jeans. They called me Brett Favre all day.
Wow,
like,
Brett Favre is crazy.
Brett, you got them Wrangler jeans, like, and my class from 8 to about 2:55. That's a long time to get roasted. So it was different thing. I definitely couldn't wear no Shaqs. They'd have got in me.
They lose about 20.
Man. Every time you turn the Lakers, they
lose about 20, bro.
They don't even be close. They be getting smoked.
All the way.
Russ, I feel bad for Russ, man.
It's not his fault, G.
He a scapegoat, bro.
But you know, this is probably Russ's. I think this is probably Russ's last 2 years in the NBA.
In the whole NBA?
I think so.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I think his last year in the NBA.
Melo when he was
like the year Melo and AI.
I mean, Melo's problem was a lot Melo, too. He didn't want to come off the bench.
I mean, do you think Russ going to come off the bench?
I don't think Russ should come off the bench. Who's their option? DJ Augustine?
I don't think Russ should come off the bench either.
Yeah, but Melo should have came off the bench in certain situations. It is what it is.
Yeah, but you have a hard time trying to explain to Melo he should come off.
No, I understand why he didn't ego. I understand. Who was number 3 draft pick?
I mean, yeah, but
really number 2. I don't care about Dark Horse.
He was
number 3, but he should have been number 2. I always think about what that Pistons team would have been like if they'd had Melo.
I don't know.
Him with that Pistons, he could have been like the biggest problem why the Pistons didn't win more championships is offensively. Like the defense was always good. They just didn't have enough.
And they also got rid of Ben Wallace and then traded.
Yeah, but they went to a final the next year though.
And they lost in Game 7.
Yeah, because they had no offense.
To be fair, that score was like 88-89.
We're going off early 2000 standards though.
Fair.
That's a third quarter score now.
Fair.
So that's just how I feel about that, man. But I'm tired about the Lakers.
Fair.
I'm tired.
But is there anything else you want to cover before we? I know this was kind of a short episode today. Is there anything else you want to cover before we get out of here? Joe, you got anything else?
I want to say one thing about the Lakers. Sorry, but honestly,
Floor is yours, brother.
I just feel like. Honestly, I feel like right now in these last 3 years, I feel like LeBron's legacy kind of like falling off.
Oh, come on, here we go.
Look, I am one of the
I
most.
feel like, can I explain?
I'm one of the most diabolical LeBron haters ever.
Hold on, wait. Come on.
That's crazy.
Come on.
So look, I grew up like a diehard basketball fan.
He
like,
won a ring,
and
we're not counting that.
For years, people come out of nowhere. LeBron, like he's so adorable. Never missed playoffs. I was told like, no matter what team you put LeBron on, automatically gonna make the playoffs. He played all 81 games. He don't rest. He does this, automatically going to the finals if you got him on your team, all this stuff. And then he gets to the Lakers, and I'm like, I'm expecting these things to continue. Like, so now it's not continuing, and it's like the Lakers get a lemon. Like, he's just not holding up to the player that, like, he was advertised to be in my entire life. He's not giving us that.
I got an amazing response to that.
What?
Expectations are the thief of joy. And I've been saying this about Bulls fans. We won that little 9-0 run streak. Y'all was booking space in Grant Park, and I told y'all, relax. Y'all got LeBron in the twilight of his career,
and you got a ring.
We're not counting that. I don't count that.
I
don't count that ring, and I don't count the Dodgers ring. I count the Rams ring. That's the only ring from the Los Angeles team that I appreciate. Who the only team that have a parade in Los Angeles?
Yeah, okay.
Since the Los Angeles Kings, it is the Rams. It's Matthew Stafford's house, not LeBron. But anyway, I don't think LeBron's legacy. I think you are expecting a lot from him, and rightfully so. He's LeBron James. I don't think his legacy is tarnished because he's solidified. But I will say this. It is very smelly that he put him on a team. Big thing, you put LeBron on a team, you automatic playoff team.
They said that for years.
This team can't be
a playoff team.
You can't look.
They still might be a playoff team.
Time out. If it wasn't for Adam Silver, they would be getting ready for the fucking lottery right now. He better thank God for the play-in.
They were a playoff team last year. They were a playoff team the year before.
Okay, you can't get a 6 seed.
Got hurt the first year.
You can't get a 6 seed.
I think they should be better, yes.
The Clippers played without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard all year.
They got a better basketball team than this, though.
But LeBron said keep the same energy. These are his words.
Y'all
say we too old, we too slow. He said this. I didn't say this. Mr. James said this. That's a problem I have with this dude. And then when we bring the same energy, we got him on the shop talking about he found a LeBron hater. Well, I was sitting there. I was looking dead at him. And they got their ass whooped. I was looking dead at them. They got mollywopped. I left the game early.
You should have said something like you should have inspired him.
Come on.
Get close to Brown
come on, man. Like that. He's a great player. He's the second best player I've ever seen with my eyes. Now I have 2 different lists. I've seen it all time. We do it all the time. I still got Kareem number 2. But dudes I personally watched, the only one I got over him is Jeff. And there's nothing wrong with being Michael Jeffrey Jordan. There's nothing wrong with being number 2.
No, he's not number 2 either.
Who's number? It's not wrong being number. Who's number 2?
Either Kareem or Kobe.
Look, that's fine. Look, there's nobody here.
Kareem, yes.
Look, hold on. Kareem, yes. There's nobody here who's a bigger Kobe Bryant fan than me. There's nobody here. I saw Kobe's first All-Star game live. A lot of y'all had to watch it on NBA TV. I remember where I was at in '98. West Inglewood watching that game. No, Kobe Bryant is not better than LeBron James. Not love Kobe. I might name my son Kobe, but no. No. Not at all.
I know you remember Kobe last couple years.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But he was cooked due to injury. He had one Achilles, bro.
True.
Braun got one growing.
But one thing I will say, Kobe got that 2013 team to playoffs.
That was one of his most best
Yeah,
seasons.
his arm was done on in the process.
That year.
But LeBron, this is why I said LeBron is a front runner. When he's scoring 60 points, beating the Wizards, he's bumping his chest, and are you not entertained? You saw that 5-picture piece he put on Instagram. But when he losing, when he getting flexed on by the Grizzlies, and Desmond Bain said them footsteps ain't staring no more. He said, well, you know, it's a problem. You can't be. And you try to tell him not talk shit. He told Campaign, be humble. Which one is it? And then even the Suns game, they were getting the ass. He was not even getting back on defense. You can't try.
The Suns game was embarrassing.
But he fucking flexed. Who was that dude he slammed in the game the other night?
He didn't slam him.
He slammed him.
He didn't slam. That's not what happened.
If that dude slammed LeBron, Scotty Barnes slammed LeBron, he's been suspended for 5 games.
No. Scotty Barnes failed. He was trying to throw the ball off Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't flex.
He
him.
slammed that man.
I know. He didn't flex him. He's like trying to throw the ball off.
Hey man, Los Angeles, listen to me very clear. Y'all got 3 weeks in this LA Dodgers season.
Okay, real quick before we get out of here, Bulls thoughts in 2 minutes less.
2 minutes less. Patrick Williams got cleared for contact today, so that's good. He should be back next week. Alex Caruso is underpaid, and like I keep telling Bulls fans, enjoy the ride. This is year 1. My expectations never changed. Outside of Monday, because we shouldn't have lost to the fucking Kings, I have not been angry one time this season. I've had realistic expectations. And if you and also, I'm not picking, unless we find a way to get 3 seed we play Cleveland, I'm not picking us against anybody. I'm just not.
Because of Zach's knee.
Zach's knee is cooked.
And I love DeMar, but you got to hit them shots 4 times.
See, Zach, you know, DeMar is a stealth go-to-hell ball member. Stealth. He had a shot. Everybody put on their Instagram. He shot over 4 dudes. I'm like, that's a god-awful shot. What are you doing?
That was a shot he shot in the Philadelphia game. He shot a turnaround, fadeaway, baseline jump. I'm like, gee, that's a terrible
Like, we're
shot.
probably going to play Boston, and I think it'll be a close series just because Boston's half-court offense is just as smelly as ours. But I'm still picking Boston. The Bulls got to show me some of these next 3 weeks before I pick them something. But either way, I'm having fun this year, and I feel like whatever happens, you made the playoffs. You won 30 games last year. It's a huge upgrade.
It's an upgrade.
Baby steps.
It's an upgrade. That's fair. All right, man, we can get out of here. It's been Hoops and Brews. And like I said, as always, follow me on Twitter at PavyWord, PVY, all one word. Scott.
Follow me at Barberchat Scott on Twitter and Instagram. 79th and Hollis at Barberchat Network. I'm not going to hold you.
Joe.
All right, y'all. Follow me Twitter at the Jolts. Instagram, we out.
I can feel the air up there when I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. Taking flight, moving fast, going off like a drone. When I strike,